So I haven't been on here for a while, but I want to get on here and I want to talk about following your dreams, inspired to be your authentic self and to live your life on your own terms. Have you always dreamed of living your life and to create a life that you feel happy about? Yeah, so I just want to start off by saying, like, I know it can be super scary to just be who you really want to be in this world and allow yourself to have the life and live the life that you want to, but it's very possible because you're not going to be the first nor the last human to achieve that. There has been many people, many thousands, millions of people that have achieved and are living their dream life, and if they can have their dream life, why can't you? Why can't we? What makes us different? It's just our thought. It's just our mind and how much we believe in ourselves and how much we really love ourselves that stops us from actually achieving what we truly want in this life. Your life will start to change once you realize that this is your life and you have the freedom to do what you want, and you have the freedom to live your life for you and stop living it for other people, because your happiness depends on you. How you feel about yourself and your life depends on you, and it doesn't depend on other people. Other people can tell you what to do, that you should be this should be that, but like, if you really think about it, people nowadays hardly even know what's even good for them, hardly can even go for what really makes them feel good, or they're scared to go for what makes them feel good. So my thought on this is, like, how can you believe other people when they tell you what's good for you, when they don't even know it that themselves? So it's up to us to figure that out for ourselves, right? And the amount of satisfaction that you will feel with yourself in your life if you just start to be who you want to be and you start living for you and knowing that the only one that's responsible for your happiness is yourself. It's just you. Nobody else is responsible to make you happy, and you don't have the responsibility to make somebody else happy. That's their responsibility. Your responsibility is to make you happy and be happy and create a life that you're happy and proud of, to say that you created that life, right? Because you allow yourself to dream big, and you allow yourself to follow your dreams. So, and I realize that you won't really have the motivation or the inspiration to want a better life for yourself, or to pursue a life where you're satisfied with, and it's the life that you've always dreamed of having and that you've always wanted, until you start to love yourself. Self-love is so huge on this, because it took me just to start loving myself and seeing myself for who I am and valuing myself, to realize that if I love myself, I accept every part of me and what's in my heart, what's in here, and what I desire and what I yearn for. And why, if I love myself, why am I going to reject those parts of me? Why am I going to keep cutting my own wings, right? Why am I going to keep living a life that I'm not happy with and I'm not satisfied and I'm not proud of, just to please others, just to stay small because it makes others comfortable? No, because the reality is when you are a person that chases your dreams and you go after what you really like, it makes other people insecure. It makes them uncomfortable because it makes them think like, well, why does she think she's good enough? Or it makes them envious because they too desire to have the courage to go after their dreams. But we can sit here and we can envy people. And we can be jealous of the people that do have the dream or the life that we desire to have. Or we can start doing something about it and changing our lives for ourselves and be that person to work towards our dreams every single day. Hey, it might not happen for years, or it might happen in a year or less than that. You just never know if you don't try. You just never know if you don't put those steps towards it, or if you actually start to do it. You never know what's going to come out of it if we keep being too afraid to even take a step towards our dreams, to even take a step towards what we want to, who we want to be, right? So as soon as you start just doing that little bit of self-love work, oh gosh, you feel like the difference right away, and it feels so good. And you start to see yourself being more authentic. You start to see yourself being you more, and feeling more confident, feeling better about yourself. And I'm not gonna say like it's an easy road and it's gonna change instantly, because that's not how it is. But little by little, you notice every day that you are going to start showing up better for yourself and better for the people around you, and most importantly, just better for yourself. And that feels good. And taking a step towards your dreams every day, doesn't matter what it is or how many dreams you have or everything you want to achieve in your life. And right now it may seem impossible for you, but just think about all the people that do a versatile amount of things, and they're succeeding in every part of that they're doing, you know, and they're living their dreams, they're living their life, and they have a great life. And if they can do it, you can do it too. I can do it. It's just how much we believe in ourselves, or how many excuses we make, or how we use our time, right? So if you start working towards your dreams every single day, you will still feel that satisfaction and that enjoyment, because you know that you're working towards it and you're doing what you love, which you truly love and you're passionate about. If you came across this video, it's because you're meant to hear it. If you keep feeling like things are tugging at your heart, or you're yearning for something, or you're getting envious over other people because they have a life that you don't, that you desire to have, that's because something is telling you to wake up and just go for it. Go for your dreams and stop being afraid. And I know it can seem so scary and there's so many things to it, but you have to trust yourself that no matter what happens, it's all going to work out for the good. Because if you have the mindset, it always does. Even if there may be difficult times and battles and things like that. But the only thing that matters is imagine like how great you will feel once you accomplish that thing that you really have wanted to for such a long time. Like, it would just feel so good, right? And so talking about self-love, like, just practice self-love every day instead of picking at what you don't like about yourself. See things that you do like about yourself and that you admire about yourself. Like me, I notice like I'm different. I think different. I see the world different. I even dress different. And I used to feel so embarrassed about that. And I put out my own flame and I started to change and found ways to change so that I could be someone else that I felt like would be acceptable and likable. But it's like, when I was that person and people were complimenting me and praising me, I didn't believe them, or I didn't believe that for myself because I felt so shitty about myself. And I realized, you know what? It doesn't matter what other people think about me. What really matters is what I think about myself. Because if you feel like shit about yourself, and you literally, and other people like think you're so great or whatever, but you don't, that is not going to affect you in any way. It's not going to matter to you in any way. You're not going to believe it unless you actually believe it for yourself. So I was like, you know what? When I look in that mirror, I want to see someone I'm happy with. I want to see like, oh my God, I love who I am. Like, I'm everything I've always wanted to be. I'm by myself 100%. I feel so good about that. And it's so hard to be different in the world when everybody wants to be like each other, or they follow the crowd, or they follow the trend, right? Because it makes you feel like an outcast. It makes you feel like you don't belong. But instead of making you feel like that, like, be proud of it. Be happy that you were born different, that you have the courage to be different. And all that matters is how you feel about yourself. That you feel good being yourself. Right? That's all that matters. Because, like, at the end of the day, it's just you. You're riding with yourself. Like, yes, people come in your life and they're a part of your life and become part of your life. But the reality of it all is that you're just by yourself. You came here alone and you will die alone. And because of that, what should really only matter is how you feel about yourself, not what others think about you. Not what makes your spouse happy, not what makes your mom or dad happy, not what makes your sisters or your friends or society happy, if not what makes you happy and what makes you feel good about you being you. And along the way, you will meet people that actually love you and appreciate you and admire who you are. So just like any other celebrity or influencer, they're just themselves and they're so authentically themselves. They have millions of people loving them. So it's not so bad being different in yourself, and learn to love that. I have learned to love my unique extra self. Like, I go out and people look, what they wear, it's normal, but I don't. On a daily basis, I have to be extra. Like, I love fashion. It's an art to me. It's a way of expressing myself, and I love to feel like a superstar. I love to feel like a pop star. I love to feel good about myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. The only people that will make you feel bad for wanting to feel like good about yourself are the people that don't feel good about themselves. But that's not your responsibility to belittle yourself just so you can make someone else feel good. That is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to only make sure that you are feeling good about yourself. Because once you show up good for yourself, you will be able to show up good for everybody else. And unfortunately, the people that can't accept you the way that you are, well, they're either going to have to learn to deal with it, or you're going to have to remove those people from your life. Because you shouldn't change yourself to be with somebody. And people are going to make you think that that's true love, or that's real love, or you really care about somebody. But that's not true. I don't see it that way. To me, it's like, if I ask somebody to change and they're happy with their life and they're fine being there and that's what they want, I feel like selfish, because I'm like, I'm taking that happiness and that freedom from that person, and that's just not fair to them. And it's not fair to you either. You know, you shouldn't have to change just to make people feel comfortable around you, just so they can feel less insecure. That's not our responsibility. It's not your responsibility. So you love yourself unconditionally. See how great you are. If you are different, be proud of it. Be proud of it for being, because God made you different, because God made you an outcast, because God made you the way that you are, and you think the way that you do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Another thing I want to talk about is fashion. Fashion, okay? So to me, fashion is everything. Like, people put on clothes and I'm like, I'm just dressing up to dress up. But to me, fashion is like, this is me world. Like, it's my art, it's my self-expression. I have so much fun with it. Like, I see myself as a Barbie doll or a doll, and I dress myself like how I want to. I don't care what others think. I don't care if people think I'm too extra, if I'm doing nothing. Like, if I do not need a reason to dress up just to feel good about myself. I do not need a reason to get ready just to show up and get ready to feel good about myself. I do it because I deserve to feel good about myself. I deserve to look in the mirror and say, damn, you are a bitch. I deserve to look in the mirror and like what I see and be proud of what I see, because I have the courage to be myself. Because I love myself enough to show up in the world as who I truly am. So it feels so good to just be you. And my fashion is so extra because I'm like, okay, today we're not going simple. Like, we're not going simple. We're adding accessories. We're adding rhinestones. Our shoes have to be extra. Like, it's out there because it's art. And art is not simple. Art is not boring. Art is not normal, and art is unique. It is not a one size fits all. Art is not made to satisfy people. It's made for self-expression, to express yourself. And to me, I've always found the joy of expressing myself. This is who I've always been since I was a little girl. This is who I've always been. I was born this way. Just like Lady Gaga says in her music, I was born this way. I was literally born this way. I was so young. I already knew everything I wanted to be and who I wanted to be and what I liked at such a young age, and I could recognize what made me happy, what made me feel like me. It made me feel good at such a young age. But it's taken me so long to finally pursue it because I cared too much about what people thought about me. And I've been too afraid and too scared, and so many doubts in my mind and my head, believing that it will never be possible for me. Believing that I'm not special enough, that I'm not worthy of it. That you have to be worthy or God-given or whatever to have the life that you want to have. That is not true. Anybody is worthy of having the life that they want. Those celebrities, those influencers, the people, the doctors, the surgeons, the people that are living their lives and doing what they actually want to do, they don't have anything special in them to make them to live their lives. The only thing they have is courage. The courage to be themselves. The courage to and be fearless. To follow their dreams and to not be afraid to be seen, to be heard, to be raw, to be authentic. They're not afraid of that. And that's why we look up to them so much and we admire them so much and even jealous or envy them, because they are not afraid to be themselves. And that is so attractive, and it's so powerful, and it's so like incredible when you meet a person like that. And just for being themselves. they're making a living. They're enjoying their life. And yeah, they might have to do a lot of hard work or whatever. But to them, that's worth it. And to you, it's going to be worth it when you're in that spot, when you're working towards your dream. It's gonna feel great. So just be you, okay? You have the freedom to be you, to choose who you want to be. If you have the choice to be normal and be like everybody else, or you have the choice to be exciting, fun, extra, why wouldn't you choose to be that? Every day I choose to not be normal because that's not who I am. Who wants to be normal? That's fine. I'm not talking down on you. That's fine for you. But for us people that are different from normal and we stand out from so many people, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Be proud that you were born like that because you are great. You are amazing if you think different, if you aspire different things than the people that you're used to being around. When I walk into a building or a store or anywhere, I draw so much attention to myself and I stand out so much because I'm not normal. And that's okay, and I'm okay with that. And I'm actually, till now, to this day, I'm proud to say that I'm okay with not being normal. And I love how fun and extra I am, and how normal I am not, and how passionate I am about fashion. Like, I admire that about myself. So it feels so good to talk to yourself like good. Like, you love yourself, you know, like you're your own best friend, instead of putting yourself down and telling yourself, why can't you just be normal and just be like other people? Try it. I've tried it for such a long time. It never works. And I always go back to this, just being myself. And every time that I am being myself, it feels so freaking good. It feels so good. So guys, be yourself. I really hope this spoke to your heart. I hope that I said things that you needed to hear. And I really hope that this inspired you. I want to be an inspiration for you to just live your life for yourself and to be happy, because there are so many people suffering that, you know, people deserve to be happy. And I believe once we learn to love ourselves and make ourselves happy, we can create a better world and a better place. So I very much believe in that. So be yourself. Be yourself 100%. You're allowed to do that. I support you all the way. You will find people that will admire that, and you will start to admire your own self for being you. Alright, so that's all I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys have a great one. And remember, every day, just get a little closer to being who you want. Even if it's just taking a little step at a time. Like, whatever you want to do, just take one step. Make it a hobby. Make it something that you work on secretly that makes you happy. Instead of looking for drugs and alcohol and cigarettes to, when you're going through rough times, maybe use your passions to help you get through those moments, because that's what I do, and you have no idea. It feels so good. So yeah, wear something extra, something you've always wanted to, and just test it out for yourself and see how great it feels. Don't care about the way that people look at you. Don't care about the things that people say about you. sometimes those people you won't even ever see them again, so it doesn't even matter. So I need to stop talking, but you guys have a great day today. Spreading love and light, and I hope that this really encouraged you to follow your dreams, to be you, to show up as you, and to start loving yourself and accepting yourself. You guys have a great one. Ciao.